The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey everybody, welcome to the webinar. This is Matt Clark with Jason Katzenbach. So I really appreciate you joining us on this Friday, or yes, it is Friday. My watch is always wrong. So on this Friday, the reason we did it at this time is because the live event registration, which we're going to be talking about, goes live in exactly about an hour from now. We're a few minutes late, so it goes live at exactly 1 p.m. Eastern, which is about, according to my watch, about 57 minutes from now. So everybody talking all about that, so don't worry about that. So appreciate you all joining us live. There's going to be a huge incentive for you all being here live with us, so kudos to you. But as always, and especially today, make sure that you stay all the way till the end, because you do not want to miss this. This will likely be the only chance you have to hear this and potentially take advantage of what we have to tell you. But make sure you stay all the way till the end. We're not going to go too much over. We're going to be about 50-something minutes, and then we'll take some Q&A and whatnot. And so make sure you stay all the way till the end. So before we get started here, I cannot see the Q&A on my computer, so Jason will have to watch it for me. But if you can hear me loud and clear, please type yes, Matt, or something like that into the Q&A box. I know we have tons and tons of people here. It's about a packed house. So, Jason, is everyone pretty much able
Yeah,
to hear
we're
me
getting
okay?
lots of yeses, lots of yeses. So cool. And one thing just to note that a couple people asked us already. I guess you haven't been on the webinars before, but everyone is muted by default with these. When we have, like right now, we're approaching the 1,000 mark. So that's the other thing too. If you get off this webinar, you might not be able to get back on. So you don't want to lose your spot there. But nobody is able to speak other than Matt or I, because there's just too many people and there'd be background noise, and that's why we have the Q&A. But with that being said, we have about a gazillion and 4 yeses, so we are clear. And since I'm the one talking right now, if you guys can just put yes, Jason, if you can hear me loud and loud and clear. I'm hearing yes, Jason. I'm seeing a yes, JK. So Steve Hamlet took it upon himself to do what he wants. So cool. So yeah, everybody's saying hi. And Gaynor, no, I don't know if Mr. John Gill is in the house, but he's not on this call right now. So glad to have you on the call, though, Gaynor. So yeah, Matt, take it away, buddy.
All right, perfect. Thank you. So we really wanted to put together this webinar for you all. We don't do enough of these just for specifically ASM members as we would like, but we've learned a lot over the past. I guess it's been what is this? This is May. So the first time we released the March of 2013 class of Amazing Selling Machine was about 14 months ago, I guess. So we've learned a ton since then. And a lot of times, like, we'll mention things, here and there, that we've learned this, you should try this is working now. But we really wanted to take some time today and sort of give you some higher levels, some almost summaries of some of the biggest things that we've learned from watching you all succeed. Because remember, like we told you all from the very beginning, we learn just as much from you all as you all do from us, or as we do especially from doing it ourselves. Because we're able to learn from thousands and thousands of people doing this business, and we see the strategies and techniques that surface to the top again and again and again that are working for people. And in reality, your success is our success. From the very beginning, we've measured our results based off of the results that you all get. It's a great idea. It's great to get a bunch of people in this thing, but we want to make sure that you're getting results. So hopefully, I hope that it's not just the super successful people that have joined us on the call today. I hope sincerely that it's some people that maybe got off the bandwagon a little bit. Maybe you got distracted, or maybe you sort of have, you weren't getting quite the results that you wanted, so you let it sit aside for a little bit. I honestly hope there are a lot of you all here too. Now, I know some of the super successful people, you'll learn why this is in a few minutes. Super successful people are here with us. It's great to have you with us. We definitely have a lot for you too. But we really want to make sure that everyone is taking their business to the next level. As you can see on the screen, and as you saw on the webinar registration page, is that this is all about taking your business to the next level. Meaning, it doesn't matter if you're already very successful and you want to become even more successful. Maybe you're at 100 grand a month and you want to get to 250 grand a month. Or maybe you are still really trying to figure out the best way to ramp up sales for your product. Maybe you've got a product live, maybe you've gotten a sale, maybe you're even at the $500 or $1,000 a month badge, but you want to learn how to get bigger and really ramp that up. That's what we're here to deliver for you. Give you the best ways we found out to take your business to the next level. So, Jason and I are going to be going back and forth here because we've got a lot of things that, it's like we pick them up over time at the live event from doing one-on-one coaching every once in a while, if it was a bonus here or there, or when we took people to Aruba with us, we did a few one-on-ones there as a bonus to people who went. So we got to see a lot of people face to face, not just the sort of like we're doing now, this one-to-many teaching. We got to really dig in to people that are super successful in what they did, and people that were still, sort of ramping up their business and at their lower levels of really ramping up sales, and what they did and what they didn't do, and comparing those two and figuring out what really makes the difference. Let's go ahead and get started. So here's what we're going to cover today. First off, the 3 secrets to success learned from helping 7,000 plus people with this business. The Amazing Academy Campus, you may have heard me mention that a few times now, but I'll explain what that is, to add thousands of dollars to your bottom line now. If you made it to this call, you're an active Amazing Selling Machine member, that means you have access to all of this. Simple 3-step process to get more value from the community in 7 minutes. I highly encourage you to do this today. 7 minutes is all it's going to take for you, and who knows where this could lead. We'll talk more about that. I don't want to go too much into that right now. Inside look at the special updates coming to modules 5 through 8, modules 5, 6, 7, and 8, coming to you free. Part of the reason I want to give you sort of an inside look at these, first off, so you know the cool stuff that's coming and how it's going to impact your business. Second off, that we're out here working every single day trying to find ways to help you grow your business. And third, so that you get as many updates from us as possible so you know when that stuff is live to jump in there and start using it. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes. Then the 3 days with 3,000 plus ASMers that will change your life. This is the next ASM live event. It's bigger, better than anything else you've ever seen. We'll talk all about that because remember, the registration for that opens in about 50 minutes, 50, less than an hour. And then we have a special announcement about that event, the July 2014 ASM event. Very, very special announcement before registration opens. We're going to cover all that and more in a few minutes. Make sure you stay all the way till the end. Like Jason said, first off, you will likely not be able to get back on because I think we're at about a packed house right now. GoToWebinar only allows 1,000 people. So you likely will not be able to get back on, and you may miss that special announcement, which this may be your only time to be able to hear that and actually use it. So now the 3 secrets to success learned from helping 7,000 plus people with this exact business, the same exact training you have access to. So first off, after we've seen, the big successes from people doing $250,000 a month, $500,000 a month, $1 million a month with this business, we've realized that not everyone uses the same strategies. You'll hear some people that will say that like if they were doing more sort of guerrilla marketing sort of stuff, which I'll talk about in a second, calling customers, emailing customers, etc. But they know nothing about sort of online marketing, whatnot. Other people went straight to what they already knew, online marketing stuff, but they're never going to contact a customer. It doesn't matter. Ideally, you do it all, but you really don't have time. But we've realized that people doing something every single day is what compounds into those massive numbers. 250,000 a month. I mean, these numbers are huge. I almost wish that we would have changed those out for yearly revenue numbers, because sometimes we forget how big those numbers are. That's $1 million every 4 months, $3 million. Do you know how many, I don't have the stats behind this, but it's a very small percentage of businesses that ever get to the $1 million a year level. And those people at 250,000 a month, they're getting there every 4 months and growing. I mean, it's crazy. Like, this sort of stuff just does not happen anywhere else. And so we've sort of reverse engineered what those people are doing, and it really comes down to doing something, especially in terms of promotion. Because remember, I sort of came to this realization not that long ago, is that a lot of us sort of entrepreneurs, like, we think that the most exciting part about doing this business is going to be ramping up sales and doing sales and all that sort of stuff and making money and watching the revenue amount tick up and higher and higher and higher. But sometimes a lot of the most exciting, most sort of intrinsically rewarding part is the creation. Because a lot of us are, sort of creative people. It doesn't mean we're going out there and drawing. Believe me, you don't want me to draw anything, but it means that we like building things. So going out there and finding the product, creating a brand name, working with designers to create the product, basically creating something out of nothing, a lot of times that's one of the most rewarding parts of this thing. And then we fail to really follow through when it comes to promotion, where all the money comes from. So we found out that some daily actions are what really contributes to the big profits. So I'll give you 3 examples and then let Jason chime in here. So first off, John Gill, you've all heard from before. He's an amazing guy, truly a truly genuine, amazing guy. He's was a police officer for 11 years. I mean, you all sort of know his story by now. 5 kids, never done this business before, et cetera, et cetera. So John Gill, last time I checked, $250,000 a month and growing now. His daily action, doing it his own way. This wasn't even necessarily something that we taught, I don't think, at that time anyways. So his daily action was calling customers. Every single day he'd pick up the phone. Okay, who ordered from me? I'm going to give him a call. He'd give him a call. He'd get reviews because they liked being called by the owner of the company, by somebody who cared and somebody who wanted to create a better product, a better customer experience. He called them and turned those into reviews. That compounded into more and more reviews, which meant more orders, which meant more people he could contact, which meant more reviews, and that turned into more orders, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's how he was able, he did a lot of other things right too, but that was one of his main daily actions, calling customers. Now everyone, like I said, sort of does it their own way. So then we've got Mike McClary. He, last time I checked, $50,000 plus a month. His daily action after getting to know him is using the tools, which we'll talk about more in a few minutes. So using the tools inside of Amazing Selling Machine and responding to reviews. Every person that ever wrote a review, he'd write a comment, either thanking or asking if there's anything that could be fixed for someone who left less than a 4 or 5-star review. So very different. He used tools and responded to reviews. John Gill just called the customers. Either one is perfectly fine. It doesn't mean that their results are completely dependent on one action being better than the other. They're both doing extremely well, but they just did different things. And then here's the third example. This is a guy that joined our original course, ramped up extremely well. He likes to remain private, so I'm not going to mention his name or anything. But he's done, as far as I can tell, as high as $1 million a month. $1 million a month with this business, the exact same business, had no experience doing it before. And when he was really ramping things up, his big daily action was sending free units of his product out to customers and anybody else he could get a hold of to get reviews. Sure, it costs money, but he kept doing that, and he's done up to $1 million a month with this business in one of the most competitive categories on Amazon. So these daily actions are what compounds for big, big results. And we'll talk about in a second a few different ways you can use some of these daily actions when we go through some of the other sections of the webinar today, things that you can do. But I mean, these are perfect examples. Maybe you want to call customers. Maybe you just want to use the tools and make sure you're responding to reviews. Or maybe you want to start trying to find any way you can be sending out free product in exchange for reviews. So I go ahead and write these down. I don't know if, Jason, you have anything you want to add on this based on what you've seen?
Yeah, I've got lots to add. And, number one, the biggest thing is, again, we get asked plenty of times, what's the minimum we have to do? What's this? Like people are always looking for the shortcut. So again, I try to drive this in the head. I know you guys, a lot of you, I'm preaching to the choir because you've heard this before. But again, there's no minimum you should do. If you're looking at your business as what's the minimum I need to do to get by, then you totally need to change your mindset. And if you're not doing something every day, then why are you not serious about your business? And don't give me that you're too busy. Everybody's too busy. If you want to grow your business, you need to make time for this. And I'm being hard to hear because it's the truth. Every single person we've interviewed has said the same thing. I'm doing something every day. I just interviewed Jules and Jules yesterday. Every day. What he did every day at first was simply the alliance job. They're up to $250,000 a month right now. as of September of last year, he almost gave up because they were getting nothing. And it wasn't until around December that things started taking off. And it was when he started doing something every day, and he was only doing the alliance every day. As long as something positive is being done to grow your business. So remember that every day, think of one thing you could do. It might be submit a press release. It might be calling a customer. I don't know what it is. You know, you have to figure out for your own time, but please take this so serious. Block time every day. It can just be 1 hour. Plan that 1 hour, and this 1 hour is dedicated to doing something that's going to grow my business. And make sure you and what I recommend too is get good at doing something every day and then outsource it. Once you really know how to do it, you've got it nailed down, then outsource it so it's getting done every day by somebody else, and do something else every day till you understand it clearly and give it to someone else. So that's all I have on that one.
Cool, thank you. So the second success secret is do more than the bare minimum. You know, a lot of times, like Jason said, is a lot of times people ask, like, you know, what's the minimum I have to do? You should be asking, what else can I do? What else is there that I can do to increase sales? Which, you know, we did the poll that I think 75 or 80% of the people on here took. And a big one that keeps coming up is people want to know how to increase sales, how to increase reviews. Meaning you likely have a product that's ready. You just want to figure out how to ramp up sales for it. Perfect. Do everything that you possibly can. Such as go back and watch training. John Gill did that. He said he wanted to go back and watch it and figure out what else he could do. Watched it multiple times in case there's something he missed. Because a lot of times it's easier to understand things once you've done it yourself. Do multiple videos, press releases, etc. We have tools for all this sort of stuff. Put out as many as you can. Get somebody else to start creating those for you. Start getting that stuff out there, because slowly over time it'll start increasing sales. Figure out other ways to promote your products, especially using ways that we've already taught you. Shoot for double the number of reviews of their top competitor. This may sound like an ambitious goal, but a lot of times people are like, well, you know, I'm going to try to get 10 reviews and then hopefully sales will absolutely skyrocket. It's good to set those incremental goals. There's no problem with that. But as a bigger goal, set to absolutely decimate your competition. That guy who's doing $1 million a month, he doesn't have, you know, 10 more reviews than his competitors. He has triple the number of reviews as his competitor. He didn't stop when he got a few extra, because now he's in the position where nobody can compete. So do more than the bare minimum. Participate in the community. This is a big one. This is something that honestly has led to a lot of the success Jason and I have experienced in various businesses. Because, for example, we both joined the same mastermind group. We both took it upon ourselves to join a roundtable within that mastermind group, and that was really what led to us meeting each other and all this other success. If we didn't go that extra mile and do that extra participation, then it never would have happened. But for myself, and I'm sure Jason has a similar story, but for myself, it started before then. It started by me attending a $10,000 event and being like, well, what the heck, you know, if I'm going over to this thing, I might as well spend an extra $150 and go to this networking breakfast thing they have. By going there, I met one guy. That one guy turned into joining this mastermind group, which turned into meeting Jason and all this sort of stuff. And this massive sort of success has happened because of a lot of these relationships. You never know what could come of participating in the community. Because remember, you're not in a community of, hopefully the people that own this thing isn't on here with us, but you're not in a community of little $7, $17 warrior forum. Trying to avoid using a harsh word here, of those kind of people that are not serious about building a business. You're in a high caliber, high performance, highly committed group of entrepreneurs who are out here, who've invested in training of this caliber and are willing and ready to do this business. You're in a great place, great community to participate in. You just have to take advantage of it. Attend the live events. This is another big thing. We'll show some stats a little bit later on that you probably have seen by now, but about people that have attended live events versus those that haven't. Sure, you may have to travel. Sure, you may have to go out of your way, but that's what building a business is all about. Trust me, we are there to deliver. There's very little people. I've never met anybody who came to the live event and was like, you know, wasn't quite as good as I thought it was going to be. Nearly every single person says, best live event ever. And so it's an amazing thing. It's a great way to meet people, great additional way to participate in the community. attend the live webinars and Google Hangouts. Sounds like you all are already on top of that if you're hearing my voice right now. So great job to you all. You know, we try to come up with new ways to communicate with you through Google Hangouts and additional webinars and whatnot. Make sure you're on there because we're never here to waste your time. We're never here to take advantage of you or any of that sort of stuff. It's strictly to make you more successful. Because our #1 goal with all this stuff that we're doing is to get you better results. That's what the success of all this stuff depends on. Keep improving your products so it's the best. I know a lot of people, I actually didn't start off this way, but I know a lot of other people, one way or another, came with that mindset, and it's made all the difference in the world. They want to have the best product on the planet. You may create your product at first. It may not be quite as good as others. Take some feedback, maybe sell that inventory, wait till you can reorder, and find a way to improve the product. Listen to and respond to your customers. This is another big one. Listen to and respond to your customers. Find out what they're saying in reviews and support emails, all that sort of stuff. Try to find a way to create a better product or better experience for them so that they get better results no matter what your product is. If you're selling like a beauty cream or something like that, find out what they're saying. Is there some other additional piece of information, a bonus, or a way to improve the product to where they can get better results and they want to go out there and tell their friends about it? So that's more about doing more than the bare minimum. So I don't know, Jason, did you have something you wanted to touch on in that before we?
Of course, I have stuff that I want to touch on. You know, a lot of people are asking too, like about the mastermind, not the mastermind. You know, how me and Matt got together, why we got together, and you know, one of the things is we found that we had a complementary thing. He had this amazing business business thing that he was doing. You know, making money with Amazon. And I was in the affiliate marketing industry, and I had a huge mailing list. And I asked him, you know, is that something you would be interested in teaching people? He said, yes, so it worked perfectly. And so, you know, the power of this, which I want to remind people, is we did an interview with Brian Lade. I'm trying to remember the two partners' names. But these guys met at the live events and are now at, I believe it's $500,000 a month. Correct me if I'm wrong, Matt. But
Yep.
like that is exactly what Matt's talking about. Like going to these events. Now there's lots of people that have succeeded. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, if you don't go to a live event you won't succeed, but I'm telling you that if you want to increase your chances of, you know, finding good partnerships and those kind of things, the live event is an awesome platform for that. And I know, like, I give my wife so much credit for this, is I hated doing things like live events. I hated doing, like, getting out there and getting involved in those kind of things. And it wasn't until she really encouraged me to start doing it that my business absolutely exploded. Because when you're trying to do something, like, no man is an island unto themselves. And, you know, we can't do this on our own. People have even said, oh, why are you guys even sharing this? Can't you do it on your own? It's like, are you kidding? The amount of things we've learned from the community alone is absolutely huge. But the amount of, like, it just mind boggles me, the amount of partnerships that have been created because of people in our community. It's huge. Don't underestimate that. Get involved. Now, don't go in there, you know, obviously, well, I'm not telling you to spend, if you only have 2 hours a day, to be in there 2 hours a day. But the whole point here is you do want to get involved because you will get the encouragement and you will get, you know, better ideas. And we still have people that want to directly email Matt and I, we need help here. And the reason why we want people to go into the community as well is because then other people can reference those answers as well too. Use it, share your knowledge, and that whole reciprocity thing, it comes back and huge. But the other thing is look for ways to be able to grow your network. And what I mean is the people that you're talking about and doing business with. I can tell you right now that that mastermind that Matt talked about, not only because of the partnership with Matt, but with other things, has massive amount of millions of dollars just because of me stepping outside of my comfort zone and actually finding people to become friends with. First of all, you know, you become friends with, you figure out how you can complement each other. Look at what you can do for them, and you'll be amazed at what can come out of it. Because oftentimes, and I know I've seen some names of people in here that I've talked to, you know, they've got a good product idea, but because they're doing it on their own, they're kind of just sitting there, not really like having the momentum to move forward. But when you have people you can talk to, have people that can help hold you accountable, so much power comes out of it. And that's one of the reasons I love the live event, because it's a really a catalyst for creating those relationships. The community is awesome too. We can't downplay that at all. But just the live event, if you have the option to go, make sure you do, because the power it creates in finding those friendships and relationships is just undeniably huge. And a big thing too is, you know, when Matt's talking about shoot for double the number of reviews, whenever you're doing these kind of things, one of the things that really comes out of here is, you know, when you're trying to do the minimum, well, then you can always get the minimum done. But when you try to really go above and beyond, what it starts to do, and once you identify those weaknesses, those are the things that when you get fixed, have huge opportunities. For example, if you're only trying to get 3 or 4 reviews, why would you need anyone to help you with that? You can just call 3 or 4 friends, say, hey, I'll give you 20 bucks, you know, do a review for me. I'm not saying that's ethical or anything like that, but I'm just saying in reality, that's easy to do. Now, if you're trying to get 500 reviews, that's a completely different animal. But the cool thing is, once you figure out how to do that, how powerful is that? Anybody can get 3 reviews, but if you can create a system for yourself that you prove out that gets you double the reviews of your competition, of course you can do that over and over again. But once you've achieved that, you at that time now have a proven system for yourself as to how to do that. So that's why, you know, really always trying to go above and beyond, do more work than the bare minimum, because that's how your business is going to grow. If you're just doing the bare minimum, that's all you're going to achieve. And, you know, if any of you are part of the Amazing Profit Monthly, last month, the article that was in it, I showed you that spreadsheet where I showed, are you doing $10 an hour work, $20 an hour work, $50 an hour work, $100 an hour work, and $1,000 an hour work? And you really need to look at, what are you doing? If you're doing the bare minimum, you know, you're doing like a $10 an hour job, and at the end of the year, you know, you calculate that, you know, you'll be lucky if you're creating a $20,000 a year business. It's by going above and beyond and doing more than everybody else. That's when you're going to create the $3, $4, $5 million a year business. So please don't try to be lazy with this. Treat it like a real business, and know that for the competition, that you need to beat them, and to do that, you need to do more than what they're doing. So that's all I have on that.
Cool, thanks. So the number 3 is, you know, something that's really essential for all entrepreneurship, all building businesses, is being willing to let bad things happen. A lot of people, I was talking with a friend of mine who's very, very smart, went to got his master's in Georgia Tech in engineering, and had a scholarship to Stanford, all this sort of stuff. Very, very smart guy, but he's an engineer. And I was telling him that there's kind of like 2 components to building a business, and sometimes it ends up being split up into 2 different people, but not always. There's one component which is sort of shooting from the hip, getting things off the ground, be willing to jump in, be willing to, you know, like this slide says, be willing to let bad things happen. Then there's the second component, is to getting the ship running, getting that thing humming, making sure customer service emails are being answered, making sure inventory is being reordered, making sure product packaging is being improved, all those sort of ongoing things, which is really where all the money is made. But part of it, some people get caught up in the first part, which is they're so afraid that bad things are going to happen that they end up doing nothing. So a lot of the people that we found that have really failed to get off the ground in a big way have fallen into that boat. And most of the people, not everyone, most of the people that I've seen that have been super successful are the ones who are taking the biggest risks. They know that unless they come to play big, that they're not going to get big results. So I caution you to try as much as you can to be willing to let bad things happen. Sorry, I got this little pop-up window that just popped up on my screen.
Yeah, that's because we hit the limit. So we're particularly full on this call. So if you disconnect, you will not be able to get back on. Just letting you know that.
Guess that's kind of a cool thing to pop up. Some people know. But yeah, I guess it's a thing that pops up when you get a full 1,000 people that are on here and people can't get in and whatnot. So that thing just popped up. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. But yeah, be willing to let bad things happen. So, you know, Jason and I both started reading the book. Is it called The Everything Store? Is that right?
I believe it is, yes.
Yeah, so I mean, really, it's about, you can find it in any bookstore or on Amazon. It's about Jeff Bezos and about founding Amazon. And it was very interesting reading because they had this sort of meteoric growth, especially at the beginning. And behind the scenes, you wouldn't have really known this from being a customer at Amazon at the time, But behind the scenes, everything was falling apart. People were getting fired, people were getting stressed out, they were short on money, they had to increase sales, they had to do all this sort of stuff. Everything was falling apart behind the scenes. But the things that never fell apart were customer experience and people getting orders on time. Find those things out for your business. What is the one or are the two critical things in your business that can never fall apart? And as long as those things are in place, scale everything as fast as possible. Push growth, take risks, let it all out there, and that's how you build something amazing. But figure out those things that cannot fall apart, so then you know that no matter what else is happening, what else is potentially that you feel is falling apart, even though it really may not be that bad, then those things are taken care of. I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but for an example, for this kind of business, the things that cannot really be falling apart is people getting a good product, a product that they actually like, and then also that you're doing good customer service, because that'll affect your Amazon seller account, that'll affect your ability to sell to those people in the future. But really everything else, maybe you potentially run out of inventory sometime. It's not fun, but it's not the end of the world. Maybe a supplier messes up an order. It's not fun, but it's not the end of the world. So I'll give you a few examples here. Strained operations, you're having to do too much work, you're having to stay up late, all this sort of stuff, it's okay. It's perfectly okay. You'll find a way to get out of it, but I'd much prefer that to happen. You have this smoothly running, perfectly operating business. You're able to sit around on a beach and press send one time a day, and your entire business runs like that because you're only making $10 a month. I'd much prefer you have strained operations than be in that situation. A few mistakes happening, perfectly okay. Somebody messes something up, no problem, it can happen. Getting stretched a little too thin, potentially, like it's not financial advice, potentially financially, I've been there. Everyone's been there that's been building a business that's really pushed things as fast as they possibly could. If you read stories of all these, even Amazon.com Inc., a $100 million business now, they were in financial issues at one point. There was all kinds of other businesses that have been in that sort of position. But that, to me, personally, once again, I'm just one person, is better than having never really tried before, having been too scared, too timid to actually go out there and try to do something big. Feeling overworked, perfectly okay. That's why you want to start outsourcing and doing the things that you don't like to do and don't have time to do, etc., etc. But it will happen if you're pushing things hard. Trying something out and it failing, that's okay too. Try it out multiple times. If it fails multiple times, okay, and eventually you'll learn whether or not it's something you want to do. But it's better than having not tried at all. A lot of times people, especially when they're first getting into Amazing Selling Machine, which is not you all have all been here for at least a few months, at least 6 months or so. But a lot of times they're worrying about things that are 18 steps ahead of where they're at now. And it prevents them from ever getting started. There are a lot of people that could have been massive success stories for Amazing Selling Machine, could have been people that are absolutely crushing it right alongside of you with this business, but they never even tried. They saw these videos, they're like, man, this is exciting. Man, this looks like great results. Oh, but what happens if someone returns a product? And then that's what keeps them from signing up for Amazing Selling Machine. Or they're like, what happens if I don't know how to get insurance? Or if I happen to get something and there's like a copyright or a patent or what happens if a manufacturer starts selling my same product? These are the kind of things that prevent people from ever doing anything, and they'll never get any results until they get that stuff out of their head. I don't want to curse them and say they'll never get anything. I mean, I probably had thoughts like that before too, but until they get rid of that kind of stuff, they'll fail to create big results. I'm trying to see if there's anything else here. So direct correlation between risk and reward. The more risk you take, the more potential reward, but it is risk. So it obviously depends on what you're comfortable with. I come from a different position from a risk standpoint naturally, I think, but also, I'm married, we have a dog, we have a cat, but that's kind of the extent of my obligations. The rest of my family does okay, they're pretty much taken care of, don't have any kids yet, any of that sort of stuff. So I come from a little bit different situation, so that combined with I'm just sort of more naturally have no problem taking risks. I'll put it all out on the line to see what happens. Not necessarily always the best situation, but that has allowed big success to happen very fast. But I know Jason, who can tell you about it, you've probably heard his story before. When he got into doing this business and even his first online business, he was in a very different situation. He had two, amazing daughters. He was married, all that sort of stuff. I believe maybe he had a house or something like that too, and all that sort of stuff going on. Definitely a little bit different situation, but he still knew that he was going to keep his job, keep working his. I completely quit my job when it was time for me to run my own business. I didn't even have a business at the time, but he kept working at the job and built his business at night, and eventually was able to let that job go. So, but there is a
But
direct.
just to add on that, Matt, is I did not, what I did is I quit. I quit with sorry. I set myself an aggressive goal. So I don't want people thinking that, oh, I kept working even though I was making millions. All I set myself is I figured what's the minimum I need to be able to survive for 6 months. At that time, it was $20,000 cash. I figured that would give me, I had a house, I had a car payment, all those kind of things, and I figured I could live for 6 months and support my family if I had $20,000 cash in the bank. I knew, and because of making that decision and quitting, believe me, it scared the crap out of me. For anyone who remembers the first live event, there was a moment when I was spread eagle face down on my kitchen floor thinking, what have I done? What have I done? It was because of that decision that that year I made my first million. If I would have kept working, I would have never been able to do that because I could never have been able to give the time that it needed. So I 100%, and it's funny because there was a guy at the first event I remember, he said, oh, I'm making $100,000 a month. When should I quit my job? And I mean, I didn't even know what to say. It's like long time ago, I kept thinking, but everyone's each their own. But if I can give you any piece of advice here, is one of the things that kept me from quitting at first was I thought I had job security. Well, the funny thing is, within 2 years of me quitting that job, everybody was laid off at the company I worked for. There is no such thing as job security. You create your own job security, and the reality is bad things are going to happen, but you have to be able to take risks, and those risks are what get you to that next level. Now, I got other things to add here too, Matt, but I don't know if you have a couple more things on your slide.
No, there's nothing else on the slide. I know we got to start picking up the pace, but go for it.
Okay, I'll go real quick here. Just, the one, I mention this all the time, and it truly has become my mantra, is do today what others are afraid of, so tomorrow you can do what others only dream of. And I love that, because if you really think of it, so many of us, you're going to hear from your friends and family. They're not going to believe in you at first. They're going to say, oh, what are you doing? That's too risky, blah, blah, blah. This works. So first of all, don't listen to them, because they're afraid. They're the ones that are saying those things. But you really need to look at this from a long-term perspective, and being the ones that step ahead of the crowd and take those risks are the ones that reap the rewards. So quit looking at this from I have to be really safe, I have to protect this, I have to do that. If you want to grow this to be $1 million company, then you're going to have to take risks, and you're going to have to let bad things happen. And believe me, I'm not going to lie to you here. Bad things are going to happen. Whether it means that you're going to have issues with your suppliers, for all you know, the ship might sink that's sending your shipment over to Amazon. Stuff is going to happen. Any business owner in the world has bad things happen. That's life. The people that are the most successful are the ones that work through that and keep moving forward.
Perfect. So yeah, let's keep going here. So the next major section of this is the Amazing Academy campus. You may or may not have heard me mention this a few times. This is something, just sort of a new name for something you're already familiar with, but we wanted to give it a name because it's very important. So using the Amazing Academy campus to add thousands of dollars to your bottom line right now. So the Amazing Academy campus. First off, what is Amazing Academy? We didn't start mentioning that until I believe probably a few months ago. You may have started hearing about it, and now you obviously log in. Instead of asmcentral.com, you log in, or at least it's redirected to members.amazingacademy.com. And so Amazing Academy, our vision is to build it into the #1 online training organization for entrepreneurs. Somebody wants to build a business, here we are, we're ready to help them. You've got a friend that wants to build a business, they have no idea where to start. Sure, they may start with Amazing Selling Machine, but maybe they need to start at a more fundamental level because they have so much stuff in their head that they really have no idea where to even begin when it comes to creating a business. Or even if they got into a course like Amazing Selling Machine, they would have a tough time taking advantage of everything in there. So that's the vision behind Amazing Academy. Entire purpose of the entire thing is to change the world by results-focused education, teaching people how to build businesses. We're not out there publishing information. We could care less about putting information out there. We're there to deliver results. Because if you remember, when you invested in Amazing Selling Machine, you likely had one thing in your head. I better hope I get a financial return from this investment. That's what we do our best day in and day out to deliver. That's why we're here on this webinar. That's why everything we do. So that's the big vision behind Amazing Academy. If it hasn't been explained to you this far, that's why you're logging in at Amazing Academy. Any other course we ever release is always going to go under Amazing Academy. Any tools, any of that sort of stuff, one centralized place for you to create a business, for you to grow a business, for you to scale a business, and maybe even later for you even to sell a business or learn how that process works. So the campus that we're now calling it is just where you log in online. You've heard us call it the Amazing Academy membership, maybe even Amazing Selling Machine membership, or online class portal. It's just when you log into members.amazingacademy.com, this is our campus. This is your campus. So, just like a university, they would have their physical set of buildings, et cetera, et cetera. That's what the Amazing Academy campus is. So now, from this point forward, forever in the future, as we watch you make millions and millions of dollars, we'll refer to it as the Amazing Academy campus, and you will hopefully know what we're talking about. And if anybody else has any questions, let them know, please. So now, what's in the campus, the online login, when you go to your standard Amazing Selling Machine login, right now that can add thousands of dollars to your bottom line? Because I've seen it before, I've done it before, is that, I sign up for a course and there's all these bonuses and all this sort of stuff, and then all I do is go through the core course and I never log in again, or I forget that there was any of those bonuses or any of that sort of stuff. But those things were added for a reason, especially in our case. We've added stuff that we know can give you value, so there's stuff sitting in there right now that can be adding value to you right now, that can be adding thousands of dollars to your bottom line just by you taking a second look at it and using it for your business right now. It's all included. It's all free. It's all just sitting there for you. So the first thing is the press release tool. Remember, you can submit tons of press releases using this tool. I don't know if there's anybody who uses the max capacity that they're allotted as an Amazing Selling Machine student. It's still 3 press releases a day, right, Jason? Probably unmuting himself.
Yes, I'm sorry, I was muted. Yeah, 3 press releases a day, that's correct.
Okay, perfect. So 3 press releases a day, about 90 a month, you can be submitting to drive traffic and increase rankings of your Amazon products. All you have to do, if you don't want to do that yourself, I recommend doing it at least once or twice yourself. But once you've figured out how it works, get somebody else to do it. Hire a good writer, can be overseas, can be in your country, can be anywhere, to go out there and on a daily basis write 1 press release a day. Write 1 press release a day. This sort of thing, this daily action, remember we've covered that, daily action can be adding tons of money to your bottom line, and it's all included with your membership. And remember, one of the big things some of our most successful students have done is use the tools. That's one of the tools. Second tool we're going to talk about is the email tool. If you don't have this set up, automatically getting more reviews for your product and providing better customer service, you're crazy. Go set that up. As soon as we get done on this webinar, you can set the entire thing up in about 15 minutes. All the instructions, all the guidelines, all the strategy is all there. So use the email tool. If you don't have that set up for every single one of your products, you are absolutely crazy. It's included inside of the campus, included inside of your Amazing Selling Machine membership, and so make sure you go use that right now. And then the next thing is it's a webinar, a private one-on-one webinar. It's basically me going with Ezra and interviewing him a little bit and him doing a big content section on using Facebook for selling physical products. He's extremely good at this. He's got a wide variety of experience of doing it for himself, doing it for other people, doing it through own e-commerce stores, or even selling on Amazon too. So that video, it's all pre-recorded. Ezra put together a great training session for there. So that's inside of your Amazing Selling Machine membership. All you have to do is go click bonus, and then you'll see this Facebook for selling physical profits. Go watch that, use it, give it a try, take some risk. Beauty about that is you can put a dollar amount on it. I only want to risk $25. I only want to risk $50, only $100, $10, whatever you're comfortable with. Go ahead and do that. It can help increase sales, and it's just sitting there for you. Last thing is the YouTube Mastery course. Remember, billions of dollars of physical products are sold via infomercials. Infomercials are just videos for physical products. YouTube Mastery teaches you everything you need to know about using YouTube to drive traffic to your products, how to create videos, all that sort of stuff. It's all just sitting there. It was added as a bonus, so it's one thing that you may not have ever even touched. You maybe forgot it was in there. Go through that, maybe set a little objective for yourself or a goal for yourself that you're going to go through that, apply it, and start getting one video a day created. At first, you may want to do it yourself, then you may want to outsource it to somebody else, but go figure out what it's all about first. So these 4 things can add thousands of dollars to your bottom line. Each one individually can, but it just requires you to use them. So go above and beyond. Use those as soon as we get done with this webinar. They're sitting there for you, so you know they're just ready for you to use. So we're need to move kind of quick here, but Jason, I don't know if there's anything you want to touch on before we move on.
No, I mean, I think you more or less hit it. The only thing that, I mean, obviously, make sure, you know, the other thing is use the Alliance tool, and that really came to light with some conversation the other day. I use it every day, and in fact, like, we've got a lot of cool improvements coming to it as well, too, but that's another powerful one. But no, we're getting short on time, and I know people are saying they have to go soon, so let's go.
Yeah, so the Alliance is another big one. So now here's the simple 3-step process to get more value from the ASM community in less than 7 minutes. It'll take you less than 7 minutes to do. We'll send you all these slides, so don't worry about writing this part down. We still have a special announcement coming up, so you do not want to miss that. But this part here, we'll send it to you in slides. So step 1, make sure your profile is filled out. With the new Amazing Academy campus, all you do is log in, click Account Settings from up at the top right, click your name, then Account Settings. Then you'll see your profile there. Fill out your information here, at minimum your username. I recommend just putting your full name for your username. It's kind of confusing when people have all these weird usernames, so put your username, your bio, location ideally, and then anything else you want to fill in there. And then make sure you have a picture of yourself. All that stuff helps people know who you are inside of the community, so that when you're commenting on stuff, it's a real person. You'll see these people at the event, you'll recognize these people, just a way to do that. So step 2, post this in the Facebook group. We'll send this to you in a slide. You may want to jot down some notes, but we're going to move kind of quick. But this is just a script for you to post, which I've seen very effectively used in other Facebook groups that I'm a part of to really build community and help people get value. So this is for you to post so that you can get engaged with the community by giving to other people. They're giving back to you. You're becoming real people to each other, not just a little Facebook profile. So ASMers, this is you posting in the Facebook group if you've never posted an intro there before. Hey ASMers, my name is, your name. I've never actually formally introduced myself to the community and would like to take 30 seconds to do so. I'm from wherever you're from, city, state, country, Jason, Canada, provinces, I guess, and have, kids, pets, something personal, and like to hobbies. Just again, something personal. So I'm Matt, I'm from Austin, Texas. I have a dog and a cat, and I like to rock climb and work out and whatever else I want to put there. I joined ASM in whatever month and year you joined, October 2013, March 2013, or even before then, and I'm loving this business. I'm really good at whatever skill or experience you're at. Could be copywriting, YouTube, maybe you've got some legal experience or accounting experience or sourcing overseas, and could use a little help with something that you need some help with. So you're telling them what you're good at, you're giving them something to offer, and you're letting people know how they can help you. And then I look forward to getting to know you better. Let me know if there's any way I can help you out. Write this, post it in the intro. You can screenshot the screen we're on right now, but we'll send you the slides so you'll have all this for you. Post this as soon as you can. It'll take you only a couple minutes, and you'll instantly have a better connection with the other people in the group, and will get more value, which can directly impact your bottom line. And then step 3, contribute. Spend 3 minutes today, either in the forum or the Facebook group. Look at what people have been saying and find something you can contribute to. Now, I know there's some of you who check it and post 7 million times a day, which is great. We absolutely love you. But for those people of you who are not actively in there, take a look at this. Spend 3 minutes, either in the forum or Facebook group. Look at what people have been saying and find something you can contribute to. Add value by giving back your knowledge, your experience, feedback, or even just encouragement, saying great job on your success or anything like that. And then as a bonus, like Jason said, you don't have to spend 2 hours a day in this thing. spend 5 to 7 minutes a day checking out what's going on, checking out what people are saying, responding as you see something that you can contribute to or you want to comment on in the forum and Facebook group, and see what's going on and how you can help. Easy 3-step thing that can help you get more value out of this community, because there are some very successful people in there who aren't the best in the world at everything. They like to help other people, so there's ways that they can give value to you and you can give value to them. So now, inside look at the special updates coming in modules 5, 6, 7, and 8 of Amazing Selling Machine. So updates coming your way. They're 100% free to you. If you're an active Amazing Selling Machine member, meaning once you log in to the Amazing Academy campus, you're able to access Amazing Selling Machine, you're good to go. It's going to be 100% free, our gift to you. Part of the updates coming is streamlining promotion. Remember, we did that survey not long ago, I think it was, I don't know, a few weeks ago, inside of the Facebook group, about asking what part of the course would you want most improved. We took your feedback to heart. You all are helping us make this thing better. So streamlining promotion. People want to know how to increase sales and how to get reviews. And that poll we did at the beginning of today's webinar, that's sort of the same stuff we saw popping up there too. So one of the big parts of the updates coming is we're going to completely streamline the promotion part, getting sales, getting reviews and increasing sales. We're also adding training on specific outsourcing systems for this business, because some of this stuff, in all honesty, is not stuff you should necessarily be doing yourself. You should know how to do it and at first do it yourself, but then as a business owner who wants to scale, you need to find other people to do that for you. So we're adding training on specifically outsourcing things in this business. And we're giving you better training on using customer service to skyrocket your sales. We didn't realize when we first created the Amazing Selling Machine training, 14 months, I guess it was probably, or it was much earlier than that, so I guess it must have been like 17 months ago, how important customer service is at that time. We've realized it since then, but we haven't really formally updated the training to account for that. So we're giving you better training on using customer service to skyrocket your sales. Then we're also turning the second half of ASM into a step-by-step plan for you to grow your business. So modules 5 through 8, before we kind of gave you different promotion things you could do, you can go here, you can go there. Now, just like set up your Seller Central account, find a product, put these 20 lists together of products, go contact 3 suppliers, that's the sort of format we're going to use for the rest of ASM to make sure it's on par, the same level of quality and effectiveness as the first half, and it's an easy step-by-step plan for you to follow, no questions asked, based off of what we know to be most effective. So now here's what's coming in the new modules 5, 6, 7, and 8. Module 5 is now going to be all about and completely focused on using press releases and other promotion techniques to kickstart sales, even if you're waiting on inventory. A lot of you all already have inventory, so it's not as much of a thing, but if you were following the course all the way from modules 1 through 8, by module 5 you may not have inventory yet, so these are things you can do that are effective whether you have inventory or not. So using press releases and some other promotion techniques. Then module 6 is all about using Amazon ads, videos, and coupons, plus highly effective traffic sources such as Facebook. We're possibly going to even include something there on using Twitter advertising, Google AdWords to scale your sales. After module 6, you can never, ever, ever say that you don't know how to increase sales, because it'll all be there. Module 5 and 6, no questions asked, how to ramp up sales for your business. Module 7, streamlining and growing your business through operations and customer service. We want to make sure that you're running a long-term business and using customer service as a sales tool to get reviews and cross-sale and increase sales. So that's what Module 7 is going to be all about. Module 8 is now going to be completely focused on outsourcing. Outsourcing the day-to-day operations and marketing of your business for scale and growth. Letting other people do the work so you can focus on the strategy, on the big growth picture, what products you want to sell, all that sort of good stuff, while the day-to-day more mundane things are taken care of by other people. So this is what's coming to modules 5 through 8. We're super excited about it. We're equally as excited about the new ASM members getting access and seeing them go through this as we are as you, past ASM members, going through this and using it to increase your already successful businesses. Super excited. It's, our gift to you, 100% free.
And one thing just to add to that, Matt, people are asking when will those be released. We're actually updating as each module is released to the new members. So for example, next Thursday at 8 a.m., we will have all the updates done for Module 5. And then the next week, all the updates for Module 6 will be ready. So they're not all in there yet. We're still working on them. We're getting all the videos and everything updated. So as each module is released to the new members, that's when those will be updated.
Yeah, so like the new members are the ones who they will never have seen the old layout, the current layout of modules 5 through 8, so we have to keep pace with that. So the beauty is that just like the rest of ASM, take things one step at a time. Get to module 5, don't worry about what's in module 6, 7, and 8, the new module 6, 7, and 8. Use what's in module 5 and keep following along like you were going through it the first time. It'll be extremely effective for you. So now let's talk about the live event. 3 days with, it sounds crazy, but probably 3,000 plus amazing selling machine students that will change your life. This is going to be the best ASM live event yet. We are learning more. There's going to be more people, better experience. There's more things we can add in now that we've done this a couple times. It's going to be absolutely insane. Amazon is projected to do $100 billion in revenue in 2014, this year, or 2015. $100 billion. They're growing like crazy. The opportunity to do this business has never been bigger than right now. This private and exclusive 3-day workshop is for ASM members, which means that's you if you're sitting on here on this webinar with us. So what's coming at the live event? It's in Las Vegas. You're going to be covering advanced marketing strategies and techniques. This is not a rehash of the 8-week web class. All brand new stuff. It's not stuff that was even covered at any of the past live events. You get on-the-spot live interviews with $250,000 plus, you know, the 250K badge people earning ASM students. On-the-spot live interviews. So we're going to have panels, which we've seen before, but we're also going to do something we haven't done before, which is we're going to do in-depth full session, probably 40 to 45 minutes, or maybe 35 to 40 minutes with some Q&A at the end, of specific ASM members, finding out exactly how they did what they did to get to the $250,000 plus level and how you can do it too. We're going to go deep into how they did it so you can copy what they've done and profit yourself. Incredibly powerful. And we're going to teach you how to scale to $100,000 a month and beyond. How to use Facebook ads, extremely popular right now, to generate buyers fast for any new product. And productivity and performance hacks from the world's greatest business coaches. One of these guys we work with personally, we've probably paid him, oh geez, I don't even know, it's probably freaking $50,000 to $60,000, $70,000 by now, but he's very, very good at what he does. So he's going to be there. He coaches Olympic athletes, billionaire CEOs, and hedge fund managers. So it's not a bunch of like fluff or anything like that. It's extremely effective stuff. There's also another guy who's coming in who's also very, very good at what he does. And much, much more. Remember, the entire thing is focused on getting you results. So why attend? First off, here's a little stat. Those who attended at least one of the past ASM live events are making 91% more money than those that didn't attend. 91% more money. Stat number 2, there are more than 3 times as many ASM graduates at the $25,000 to $1 million a month level that attended a previous ASM live event and that didn't attend. So big reason number 1, make more money. This is a business event, a business course. We're not going to be holding hands and singing stuff and like doing some sort of personal development thing. This is about business. This is about increasing your bottom line. Big reason number 1. Big reason number 2, learn what's working right now. This is all completely fresh training in what's working in selling physical products right now. Big reason number 3, create relationships and business partnerships. As Jason mentioned, we've had lots of people that have created big business partnerships from meeting people at the live event, because you're in a room full of like-minded people with a common experience, not something you really find anywhere else. And we've had people that have created multi-million-dollar business partnerships because of attending an ASM event. So here are the details. It's July 18th through 20th. So right now it's May 20-something, and so it's about 2 months away. So July 18th through 20th, 2014. The location is Las Vegas, Nevada, right in the sort of middle-ish of the United States. Very easy to get to from anywhere in the U.S. Big international flights. It's a huge airport. very easy for everyone to get to. We actually ran out of room in Austin, and we wanted to change things up, so that's why we're doing it in Las Vegas. It's a great city if you want to take friends, family members. You know, obviously only you can attend the event, but they can come and check out the city. The venue is the Venetian Hotel. Who's invited? Only ASM members and a few guests. But you have to be an ASM member to be able to sign up. So how to register? It's coming in just a couple minutes. We are at like a minute or so over 1 p.m. Eastern, so we'll be able to go to teaching you how to register very, very quickly. The registration is coming in just a few minutes. You do not want to miss this. So special announcement number 1. Not only do we have a power-packed lineup of speakers and highly successful ASM students at the $250,000 to $1 million a month level, ready to share everything with you about the same exact business that you're doing right now. But we're also in the process of booking one or more of these incredible people. Now, normally we wouldn't mention this just because none of these are confirmed. We can't promise any of these people will be here. But we've got the second special is going to be very, very important. And wanted to give you a heads up so you know that what you may miss if you decide to wait to sign up. So we're working on booking one or more of these incredible people. Once again, don't want to set any false expectations. These aren't confirmed or anything like that, but this is what we're working on right now. It's just a matter of whether or not the schedule works out then. Believe it or not, here are the people we are working on getting to attend. And probably will just be one of them, but maybe 2 of them. First one, believe it or not, Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon.com Inc. We've had messages sent over to him and his team to give him everything they need to know about this. That would be absolutely incredible to hear what he has to say about the future of Amazon sellers, what he's looking for. So that would be absolutely huge. That's person number 1 we're working on. Another one who actually has his business in Las Vegas is Tony Hsieh, founder of Zappos Inc., which sells one of the biggest online shoe stores in the world. Was actually sold to Amazon for $1 billion. So he's got some very unique experience. Another person we're working on is Andrew May, who's actually one of the founders of Groupon. Groupon does billions of sales of products. Finding out how that thing works, what's working, that will be incredibly powerful for increasing sales of your business. Last person we're working on, once again, don't know if it'll work out for his schedule, but we have friends who are very closely connected to him, is Richard Branson, founder of Virgin, worth, I don't know, $4 billion or something. So these are the big name headliners that we're working on right now. Once again, can't promise that one of these will be here, but this is why you want to make sure to sign up right now before it's too late. The special announcement number 2. Because we want the room jam-packed with 3,000 plus ASM members in July, the normal price of tickets for ASM members is only $497. Last time we did it, we barely could sell any because we didn't have enough room in the conference room we were using, and they were $697, about $700. We want the room jam-packed, so the normal price for ASM members is only $497, which is an extremely good deal considering most conferences are between $2,000 to $10,000 that are at this level, and they're nowhere near as focused or can actually impact your bottom line like this. But when registration opens at 1 p.m. Eastern, which I'll give you the link in just a second because it's already open. It just opened about 4 minutes ago. The first 500 people only to sign up, only to ASM members, get their ticket to the life-changing 3-day results-focused workshop in July. 3-day results-focused workshop in July. Only the first 500 people, or until today is over. Either the first 500 people or until today ends, whichever one comes first. That's when this goes off the table. You can get it for only $297, $300 for one of the best conferences ever, and save 40%. That I don't even think that covers our costs for this event per person. Only $297, save 40%. Typical events of this caliber cost between $2,000 and $10,000 per ticket. $2,000 to $10,000 per ticket. First 500 people, or until today is over, only $297. But a warning, this rock bottom early bird special is only available to the first 500 people or until the end of today, Friday, May 23rd, whichever comes first. Only the first 500 people. So you are the first people, the ones sitting here live with us on this webinar, are the first people to hear about this special. This hasn't been announced. It wasn't mentioned in an email. It hasn't been posted on Facebook, any of that sort of stuff. You're the first people to hear about this special. As soon as we get off this webinar, meaning, probably in the next, 10, 15 minutes, as soon as we get off this webinar, we are sending an email to all of the thousands of past ASM members to let them know if there are still any spots available. If they're all gone, we'll just tell them, still send an email, we'll let them know it's at the normal price. But if all the spots don't fill up right now and you miss out and you decide, I'll wait till later, we're going to mail all the thousands of past ASM members to let them know that there are still some of those 500 spots available. So you absolutely want to make sure you sign up now, because once that email gets sent out, those spots are going to fly off the shelves. Because remember, we completely booked out this 1,000-person webinar. So there's people that are sitting there trying to get in, but they can't get in, and they would wish that they would be hearing this right now. So they are definitely going to be checking their email to see what gets sent out after this. So do not wait. So do not wait to sign up to join us in the 3,000 plus ASMers for the best business training event ever in July in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's only about 2 months away. Super exciting. Last time we've had people, tons of people come from, all over the world. A lot of them, from the U.S., but from Canada, Australia, just about anywhere in the world. We've had people travel 30 hours, 40 hours. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. But they really love the event. You were going to say something, Jason?
Yeah, I just got to add something, because we happen, this call was intended for ASM 1 and ASM 2 people only, and we do have a few people that are on this call that joined ASM 3. This has nothing to do with you. When you joined ASM, everyone that signs up for ASM gets one ticket to a live event. That means the live event associated with that opening, you're good for. So, for example, Kathy Hatch, she's asking, so I don't understand, I registered for this and paid my $50. Kathy, you're good. You're taken care of, and that's, again, that $50 we give you back at the live event, so you're covered. This is for people that are joined ASM 1 or ASM 2 either last March or last October. So I just wanted to make that very clear for people right now that are already signed up. If you joined just in April, then this is not for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is for Amazing Selling Machine students that joined in 2013 or the original AMM, but you do not need to sign up. Spots will be gone very, very quickly. So once the clock hits 1 p.m. Eastern, which we're already past that, I figured we'd be here with a few minutes to spare, but we're not. We'll go to the next slide, which we're about to go to right now with the sign-up URL. Make sure you're ready to snag one of the early bird special tickets. When I click to the next slide, I actually have a buffer slide. So when I go 2 slides over, I'll have the URL that you can go to right now. So actually, if you want to make sure that you're super fast with this, go ahead and go to your members.amazingacademy.com, or if you still go to ASM Central and it redirects, make sure you're logged in, because this is not a public sign-up page. You can't get to it unless you're logged in. Because when I give you the URL, if you're not logged in, it'll ask you to log in. Then you may have to click the URL again. But if you go ahead and log in right now, you will be prepared. Logged in, if you need to pull up your credit card or whatever you have to do. But when I go to this next page, the first 500, get it for $297. Past that, price immediately jumps to $497. So make sure you're ready. I'll give you about 3 seconds here. You want to be logged into the Amazing Academy campus. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Here we go. So we are now officially open. Secure your spot right now at the July 2014 Amazing Selling Machine live 3-day workshop in Las Vegas. Get your early bird ticket here. First 500 people only. AmazingAcademy.com/ASM Live. This will redirect you to a page that's inside of the Amazing Academy campus at members.amazingacademy.com. It'll ask you to log in. If you're not logged in, then go ahead and do that, and then go back to amazingacademy.com/ASM Live. I'm sure Jason is watching the chat, but as soon as you hotel booking information, which is another reason to register right now, because we are running out of available hotel spots. I assume we still have some left at the Venetian. We'll start having to book people in an overflow hotel, which will still be a great hotel right down the street, but it's obviously a little bit cooler and more convenient if you can be at the Venetian. So we probably have less than 500 of those available. But either way, get your early bird ticket right now. Only $297, save 40%. First 500 people only. AmazingAcademy.com/ASM ASM Live. So I don't know. So as soon as you register, just go back to this little Q&A panel here with us. Type I'm in. I just registered. I'm excited about the event. Or if you're on this webinar, which I'm sure a lot of people are, and you're already registered for the live event, like before this call. Oh wait, no, you couldn't have been before this call. So if you're a new ASM member and you're registered, type I'm in. I'm attending the live event. We'd love to hear from you too, because you're sort of just sitting here while other people are registering. Tell us that you're attending the live event. Anybody who registers right now on the spot, go ahead, do the same thing. Type in the Q&A panel that you're attending. I'm live. I'm registered. Can't wait to meet everybody. We'd love to hear that kind of stuff and mention you by name, assuming we don't get 500 people flooding in here and we start having to skip over people. So yes, I don't know, Jason, is there anything you want to cover about the live event while we're letting people sign up here?
Sorry, I was just double checking things because someone told me that the hotel was out of rooms, and I just confirmed it's not. So I have our awesome coordinator just verifying with that. So there still are suites available at the room. If they said that there wasn't, I'm not sure why they would have done that. So, and lots of people, this is going to go quick because a lot of people are signing up right now, which is really, really cool. I don't really have anything to add other than, all I can do is promise you that this live event is so very much worth it. And absolutely, it is something that you're going to get tremendous value of, and you're going to love it. Now, a lot of people are asking, when can we register guests? Do we want to talk about that, Matt?
What was the question? About registering guests?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So as far as registering guests, the way it works is that right now, until we start really running out of spots, this isn't included with the first 500. Only the first 500 is ASM members. But right now, if you want to bring a guest, as soon as you secure one of your spots, there'll be a screen that pops up before you get to the thank you page that asks you if you want to purchase a guest ticket. Guest tickets are always full price at $497. They're never discounted because we like to give the advantage to ASM members. But if you want to bring a business partner, a wife, a husband, maybe your kid, which is awesome.
Okay, I have something important to add on that. Sorry to interrupt. It appears that the PayPal option, if you use that option, it will not prompt the guest spot. So if you want to get the access right now for your guest, you'll need to use the credit card option. Sorry, tech support just told me that.
Yeah, so the way it works right now is that you sign up yourself, then there'll be a screen that pops up, ask you if you want to purchase a guest ticket for $497. You say yes or no, whether or not you want to bring a guest. Once that's done, it also tells you to send a support ticket, letting us know your name and email of the guest that you want to bring. So that's all you have to do. After you click yes, you sign up their guest ticket. You just send a support ticket, to the support link inside of the Amazing Academy campus. Let us know you want to bring a guest, and then we will get them taken care of. If you're not really sure, you don't really know if you want to bring a guest, you have to confirm with somebody, don't worry. Get to that second page, decide if you want to go ahead and sign them up or not. If not, probably early next week, if we still have spots available, we'll send out a separate email with just a direct registration link for a guest. It'll still be you have to sign them up because it'll still be inside of the online login. But we'll send you a link to where you obviously don't need to purchase yourself again, but it'll be a direct guest registration link. But that's all ready now as far as being able to register after you register, if you know who the guest is. Or you can go ahead and purchase a guest ticket and put who the guest is later via subticket. So either way, that's all ready to go.
Yeah, I just want to confirm, because I'm seeing a lot of people worried now, oh, I use PayPal. Don't worry, because all you have to do is contact us. You use the PayPal option, and we'll get you set up there. So don't worry about that whatsoever. And some people are saying not a lot. I see 2 people here that have just said that the button's not working for them. I've just confirmed it. Charlene's tested. Everything's working on our end here. We've had double check. So if by chance it's not working for you, though, contact our support, and we will do it. But one thing I got to ask you, if you text support and we respond right away, don't sit 2 or 3 days and then say, oh, okay, I'm interested now. If you want to get in because it's the first 500, you need to react quickly because these are going very fast. So just want to let you guys know that. Okay.
Yeah, so just while y'all are doing that, just so everyone knows, a quick recap of the live event. It's July 18th, 19th, and 20th in Las Vegas at the Venetian. We will likely have 3,000 people there, which is kind of crazy. It's a lot of people for an event, especially one that's not like this thing being promoted all over the place with like, you know, people that are doing affiliate marketing and some people doing like email marketing and some people selling on Amazon, some people selling Kindle books, all these people all over the place. This is people only doing one business model, meaning it's at a very focused audience, allows us to give high value training, bring in high value speakers, and allows you to have an incredible experience because you're in a room with 3,000 people that are all doing the same exact business as you. You cannot find that anywhere else. Trust me, if I was in your shoes building this business alongside of you, you know, as an amazing selling machine student that had joined last year, there would be nothing else I would rather do than go to an event like this, to meet other people, to find out exactly what's working right now, what's working with other people, find some other one-on-one contacts I can talk to that's doing this business, because there's nothing else that can add that sort of impact to your bottom line. Sometimes, you know, I've gone to an event that was just like a more general business event that cost $10,000. I went to there, I got some value, I made some connections, but the value wasn't really from the content on that one because it was such general content that like they had a tough time tailoring it to my business. But it's really from the connections. You get both of the benefits. You get the connections and you get the content, which can impact your bottom line right then. I know that it's not just the cost of a live event. You've got some travel and you've got some time you got to take from your personal or work life. Either way, I completely understand that. We completely understand that. That's why we are there to deliver as best as we can. Can't promise anything, but the biggest financial return we can for you by you attending that live event. We want you to walk away from the thing wealthier than when you came. Obviously, sometimes things take a little time in business, so it may take a month or two for the implementation side of things, but that's the goal. That's the entire goal. We're going to have a ton of fun. We do a lot of crazy things at the live event, but at the core, it's about growing your business. It's going to be an absolute blast. We're going to help you grow your business, and you're going to get some incredible connection that's kind of tough to build sometimes online. Even with the great Facebook group and everything like that, you're interacting cordially with a lot of people, but really those one-on-one in-person connections are absolutely priceless. So I think we'll maybe give it another couple minutes while people are already signed up. I can't see the Q&A.
Important things. Yeah,
Yeah.
a couple important things is we are not the only live stream available and recordings are available are to ASM3 people or people who have purchased a ticket. The recordings in the stream are not available to anyone other than that. So I know a few people have asked that.
So yeah, if you've already signed up for the live event, go ahead and post in the Q&A. I'm in. I can't see the. If you see some of those coming in, let us call them out.
Sorry, say that again. I was actually reading some questions. I didn't hear what you asked me.
No, I was telling people go ahead and post in the Q&A box that they joined after they joined, just to let us know. And then if you see those coming in, Jason, just
yeah, we're getting tons of them. Sandra, I'm not going to say the last names. Okay. I see Sandra, I see Chris, David Carroll, Linda Lamont. So I'm saying some last names. All right, awesome. Ronald, Michelle Vendelin, Ashley Armstrong, Nagulin, I think his name is, Hillary, Dennis Brody, Susan, Kareem, Terry Gibbons, Richard Cook, Zach Lee, Daniel Iverson, and with the room at the Venetian, right on, Jose Sato, I think it is, Raphael Inbar, I'm in like Errol Flynn, Dion Can, I guess it is, and Sandy Cole came in very late. I'm in Laura Ramirez, Folasad Taiwo, sorry about that. Awesome to have you in there. And Daniel Vardran, yes, you are. Yeah, that is correct. If you got the 297 right now, and even if you couldn't attend, you would get the live streaming and recording. Oh, wow, it keeps going. So lots of people. Dean Glossip, Shelley West, Brett, Brian Holroyd, Melissa Kozakis, Tony K, Kim, sorry, Rainer, Leaf Kroonquist. I'm coming all the way from Turkey. Joe Soilev, I think the name is. I am in Jill Hesse, in Stephanie Sapp. Wow, just keeps going. Anna Suru, Alana Evelyn. If I miss your name, I'm so sorry. There's just so many coming in. Karen Hagler, Karina Mendez. I'm sorry, Des Roy asked, she's just wanting clarification. Correct, the live streaming is only available to the ASM3 or people who have purchased tickets.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. Audrey Vassell, Yoel, right on. So I see Yoel's in there. Christy Robin, not that, I shouldn't say it like that. I'm right on for everyone here. Brierly Nicholson, German, it says German, so Gry German, okay. Definitely in Winnie May, awesome, Winnie. Minders, awesome that you're coming again. What is the price for ASM3 members, Brad? Yeah, there is a little bit of a confusion here. Just clarifying that again. If you're an ASM3, the only thing that's required for you is the $50 deposit. And what that deposit is refundable. Now, the ticket price for ASM 1 or 2 people, that is not refundable. That is meaning that at the live event, we don't give you back your registration price for this. That's to cover the cost of the event. But for people that are ASM3, you simply register. If you go to the dashboard, you should see a link above the calendar that brings you to your registration page. It'll be required. And the reason we ask for the $50 deposit that gets refunded on for those people is because we need people that are registering that are truly coming. We don't want people just, you know, if it was free, people would just say register and wouldn't care. This way, there's a little bit more of a buy-in. So that's what you have to do. I will be there.
So yeah,
Troy,
just so.
I mean, do you want me to keep going, dude? Because we've got like hundreds still coming in, and Robin Starr is in, so yeah.
I think we got the point across. Yeah, so I just want to say that I'm over here watching the numbers over here. We'll probably jump off this webinar in just a few minutes, but watching the numbers, and we are well over half of those spots are gone in just the past, I don't know, how long has it been, like 7 or 8 minutes? So half of those spots are already gone. If you're having any issues, obviously contact our support. We will make sure you get taken care of. But it looks like all of those spots will be gone probably within the next half an hour or so once some of those issues are sorted out. So do not wait. If you're sitting on the sidelines trying to figure something out, figure it out quick and go ahead and get signed up. AmazingAcademy.com/ASMLive. If you have any questions about the live event, obviously submit a support ticket as fast as you can if we can't get to it here live, and we'll get that answered for you. But hopefully you've got all the details that you need, all the essential details anyways. And the live event is July 18th, 19th, and 20th. It's in Las Vegas. That's about all you need to know because you just got to sign up your ticket. All the other minor details, can you get the hotel room for this and this date and whatnot, those kind of things pop up, but that should not prevent you from joining. So make sure you go ahead and join so you get the discount, and then after that, then we can make sure all those questions are taken care of for you. But just do not wait because spots will be gone probably within the next half an hour.
Now, just so that everyone understands, when we say spots will be gone, that just means that the discount price will be gone. So, you know, if you know, in a couple, you know, if tomorrow, well, you know what, and we do sort of have a limited space. So, I mean, as much as we want everyone to be able to get there, you know, I would recommend registering sooner rather than later. But once the 500, then we have to increase the price. But, you know, just so that you guys know, too, like one of the best feedbacks I've ever got about this whole thing was me and Matt always get little notes and cards and everything, and one of the things that really resonated with me was just the last live event. I remember I walked out and all of a sudden I noticed that we had free coffee, pop, and a whole bunch of stuff just sitting there for people. And a guy came up to me and said, you know, I just want to let you know I've been to sorry, not millions, I've been to many live events, and usually those kind of things, they have, you know, maybe coffee, but you have to pay for other things. We really go all out and make sure that you have a phenomenal experience the whole time. We put a lot into this. Believe me, we don't cut corners. We make sure this live event is not only the most educational experience and rewarding experience, but a fun and easygoing experience too. We want you to be comfortable the whole time. And just like, you know, those speakers that we had, it's not like they're free. You know, like they're a huge expense. And it's all cool. I'm not trying to, guilt anybody into anything. I just want you to know the more people that we have registered, the better we're going to do with this, the more we're investing into this. I can assure you that your investment, you are going to get back many times in this. One of the things that people have asked me, are we going to have repeat speakers? Absolutely not. Not that we're, sorry, let me rephrase that. Not that we don't have some speakers, a few select few coming back, but everyone is speaking on something new and expanding on it. We want to make sure that everything you get in here takes you above and beyond where you currently are and what you currently have access to. And remember, this isn't going to be one of those events that you go to and we just rehash old stuff, we rehash training you already know about. We open the doors to a floodgate of new information, but we structure it. And one of the things Matt is really anal about, but it's a very positive thing for you, is making it actionable, making sure that by the end of it, everything is summarized so that you leave that live event with a plan that is going to explode your business. Make sure you really consider this. Those sales are going to be done. I'm not going to talk about this anymore. I'm super excited. Like, I've never been so excited for the live event. As much as I love them, like, to have as many people and to be in Vegas, like, this is just going to be a phenomenally awesome time. I can't wait to see you guys. I can't wait to get 3,000 hugs because I just love seeing you guys and meeting all of you. So I hope to see you all there. And Matt, I'll let you close it off.
Yeah, so like when it comes to the speakers, we are inviting back a few people, but we do it very carefully. We have zero interest in because we want, no matter where you're at with this business, or no matter how many events you've been to, ASM events, we have people that have been to both of the events in the past and will be at this one too. They absolutely love them. Typically, once you go to one, you kind of want to go to the next one. But either way, so we want to make sure that those people are getting brand new, fresh, even better content each time. So we got a few speakers we are inviting back, but because they did such a phenomenal job the first time, and that they have so much more to deliver. So just to give you an example, one of them is Ezra Firestone, who's become a friend. He's become a good friend. This guy, like, he's got, I don't know, he's got some sort of gift or something when it comes for teaching business training stuff, especially things related to traffic and e-commerce and Facebook ads and whatnot. He's very good at it, and every time I hear him give a presentation, it's like a whole nother sort of wealth of information just opens up that I didn't even know he had. And so it's absolutely, I mean, he's going to, like last time I believe he talked on conversion. This time I think he'll talk more on Facebook ads. He's very good at it. He's got some high-level connections at Facebook. He does a lot of different things with using them to launch Facebook or launch products on Amazon, and then also generate sales through his own e-commerce stores of his own product brands. So that's just an example. We take the quality and level of speakers very carefully. So do not think that we're leaving anything in the event just being lazy or like, just let the same people come back. That is not the case. We're sitting here telling you this is going to be the best business event you have ever attended. And trust me, we are going to deliver that. That's the entire focus of this thing, is to make it the best you have ever seen. So let me double check this one more time because I know we are running out of spots before we jump off here. You'll still be able to sign up like Jason said, but the price will immediately jump to $497. So let me check this real quick. Yes, so we are about 2/3 full at the $297 price. So make sure you go ahead and sign up. If you have a guest that you absolutely must bring, once you sign up, there'll be a guest sign-up page. If you're still sort of unsure about that, we'll be able to send you a link. Either probably give us a few days, maybe until Monday, to be able to go sign up guests directly. If you need to check with somebody about their schedule or anything like that. So either way, spots for the $297 are about to be full. If you actually absolutely have something that's holding you back, you need to wait, or for all the people who aren't on this webinar, until we run out of spots at the total live event, which they likely will run out, we think. Those will be $497, so you have a little bit of time to sign up, but if you're going to come, you might as well sign up now, save 40%, meet Jason, myself, some high-caliber speakers, some extremely successful ASM students, everyone else in ASM, so our amazing staff, and then you're possibly one of these big, incredible speakers we are working on right now, which will be absolutely crazy. So we're going to go ahead and sign off here. The page is going to stay live. Keep signing up. Just know that probably within the next 20 minutes or so, it'll be completely full, so do not wait. We will see you at the live event. If you have any questions between now and then, contact our support. They will get any questions answered that you need. We're here to serve you. We're here to deliver the most value we possibly can. We are absolutely ecstatic about seeing you at the live event. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you very much for joining this webinar. Remember, I don't want to downplay all the other stuff that we covered on this webinar. Very important stuff for you to use and get results right now, especially to prepare yourself for the live event. Imagine having your next badge by the time you attend the live event, or 3 badges higher by the time you attend the live event. Go ahead, get to work, do those things, sign up for the live event. We'll send you the slides and probably a recording of this webinar either later today, or today's Friday, I guess, so maybe by Monday, but hopefully later today. So either way, see you soon and see you in Vegas.